There we are. All right. We are live on YouTube. Now we are going to go live on Instagram. I apologize about the delay. I had a problem with my Streamlabs and there was some issue. I apologize about that. That's on me, though. I was not prepared, so I apologize. But welcome to GDP Live nonetheless. Thanks so much for joining in. John Montag's in the Instagram chat already pounding off. Welcome, John. Thanks so much for being here, my friend. I wanted to say, first of all, that not only was I down there maintaining Little Lord Stanley, because I heard some noises and I wanted to make sure nothing was afoot down there and maybe he wasn't injured or anything like that. So luckily he wasn't and everything's fine. But I wanted to also make sure that I had everything set up for the stream today because we are going to be doing a lot of animal talk, not only about Little Lord Stanley, but also about some new animals that I've discovered that are a little crazy. Obviously, Pat sees some pictures on the internet and he gets really excited about it and he wants to learn more about it. So if you want to check out any of this stuff, usually I'm able to share the screen. I got some graphics. I can put up the schedule, but I'm just gonna have to tell you the schedule right now. Again, if you are watching this video, please hit like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Check out some of the other videos, some other playlists that I have here. New episodes of Falls Count Everywhere every Monday out on this channel right here. So if you hit subscribe, you'll get notified of that stuff. You hit the little notification bell. Proper Bonics. Also, I just the another reason I was a little bit late was, and then maybe I was putting a little bit too much pressure on my computes, but I had to finish the most recent episode of Proper Bonics, hot off the presses, sent over to the guys for any future consideration and or edits to come. But as far as I know, usually I do pretty good. So that should be coming out within the next couple days. So check out Proper Bonics. Also, past episodes of Hacks, which is hosted by good friend John Montag, family, wonderful man. Been playing pool with them through our iPhones. I've been addicted. Shout out to fucking Josh Dway. I want to just start out the show too after these quick plugs. I want to shout out a couple people real quick. Josh Dway for sure for getting me and I don't think necessarily my wife, but definitely most of the male people I text, most of the male friends of mine are now also addicted to I want to say it's not even online, it's just the text gaming. Like if you have an iPhone, and this is only for blue bubbles. This no green bubble talk. If you're a green bubble, I'm sorry. And this will bring me into my second shout out. Speaking of the blue bubble, green bubble talk. But first shout out is for sure Josh Dway. Thanks for it's Game Pigeon, I believe it's called. I think that's the official thing it's called is Game Pigeon. But it's you can play, cards, you can play pool. I love the pool game. Me and John have been playing pool a lot. That's a lot of fun. Pool's a lot of fun. I've been played beer pong a little bit or whatever they call it, cup pong, or I don't know what they can call it on there. And those things, darts sucks. There's a lot of things they have fucking Battleship for fuck's sake. I mean, they can't call it. They have to call it like simulated war game. they can't say like this is battle. It's none of the thing. Like they don't have Uno, but they have Crazy Eights, which is a game that I just discovered, which is awesome, and I love that the fact that somebody created a game, Uno, essentially again invented Uno out of a regular deck of cards. I love that. That's just ingenuity. I love that. I love the moxie. You know what I mean? I love that. And shout out to John Montag for sure. Just real quick, family, absolutely for sure. Pounding off on the Instagram. If you're watching again on YouTube and you want to also pound off, you can pound off in the comments here, which means just type things into the comments, or you can pound off on Instagram Live. Follow the Baby Mermaid Productions at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram, and you can ask to join in, and your audio will be picked up on the YouTube. I believe that should still work, actually. I think I have most of all the same setup. I just don't have the graphics right now. And also, somehow, the image looks like it's backwards. So I'm streaming directly through YouTube right now. So if you're here now, if you're just finding the show, hey, thanks for joining us. Stick around. If you want to chat along, you can go ahead. Just text us right over there. I'm pointing at where the chat is on my screen. But also, If you want to pound off here, or if you want to call in, essentially, go to Instagram Live, where at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram. John Montag is the host of Hacks. He's on the channel as well. You can check out that playlist. You like golf? You like comedy? We got it, baby. And then finally, speaking of the green bubble, blue bubble talk that I was just talking about with the games that we've been playing. We play games. Oh, we play games. We have a fun time. But Damien was just calling me a villain because I'm a blue bubble, and that's my second shout out, Damien Robinson. I want to say, as if any of you caught the very late stream from Wednesday, late because of the new addition to our family. We have a brand new addition, little Lord Stanley. In case you missed it, he's a little gray kitty cat. He loves nuzzling your face and climbing up Christmas trees. And you'll see that on that Instagram page as well. There's going to be lots of Lord Stanley. That's his name. Lord Stanley Saturn George of Pembroke. They're royalty. I love these kitty cats. It's Clopoke, Princess Clopoke, and Lord Stanley. These are what we name our cats in this house because we love them. So I was late because Karen was a friend of the show, who oftentimes pounds off in the comments as well, was over here with her daughter, and they brought the little stray kitty cat that they found over to our home. She was so kind to hand deliver the sweetest little kitty cat. And so I was late to the stream last time, but that's where I was there. And I forgot in all the commotion of the stream, I forgot in all of that to thank somebody. Thank you. Hey, Karen, see, I was just talking about you. You heard me. You must have heard me. But I forgot to shout out somebody, and it was brought up to me in not in a shitty way at all. He listens to the show. He checks out the show. He pounds off live in the he's not always able to pound off, and he let me know because a lot of times he's driving his truck. But Damien was actually kind of the reason that things happened when they did. Luck turned out. It wasn't luck. It wasn't fate or anything like that. As much as putting out into the universe that I did not want to pay for a fucking cat. and also Damien knowing already, our love of cat. We love cats here in this house. So if that's the case, but somebody else could have pounded off in her comments. No, Jesus Christ, pounded off in her comments and claimed the cat before us. You know what I mean? Because at that point, it's first come, first serve. She just wanted to get rid of the cat. She wanted to make sure. So anybody in her Facebook group that that you trust that says, yeah, I'll take care of the cat. Obviously I have, the Dobby Robertson Memorial Caddick. That's where this is my home studio. That's the name of the studio. Caddick will always be somehow part of all of Baby Mermaid's productions. This is actually, Karen, I think most all of the people in pounding off in the Instagram chat may be Catholic. I'm not trying to blow up your spot or anything, but what's the foundation that every church is based off? That's essential. That's what the Caddick is. It's something Peter, something. One of those. I swear to God, I'm not playing to. if anybody's new to the show on YouTube or Instagram here, that I am not joking around when I'm dumb. It's not an act here, guys. I actually don't know. Real quick, let me just share something. I want to share while I'm waiting for the answer from Instagram. I want to get this shared on Facebook so I can get some more people here on YouTube because. Oh, no, it's not backwards on here. Okay, so it's just backwards on my screen. That's weird. I don't know why it's backwards on my screen, but it is absolutely... let me go here and share it to here. There we go. Pounding off in my own comments. Pounding off in my own comments. That just sounds grosser than it should be. I'm going to pound off twice there. There we go. Message from Alan. See, this is why I don't like having a lot of screens open. So I will close that, and I will close this. There we go. Hi, I'm back. How's it going? Full attention, and I already got a new person in here. Hey, how's it going? Actually, that might be me. What's going on? Hey, hi there. Hello. Catechism? What the fuck is that? No. What did I ask you guys? No, like literally the actual foundation. The new edition is too cute. I know, right? Like that's what I'm trying to tell people is, and actually the reason I had to mention that I didn't have any of the graphics or anything like that was because I mean, I feel like a majority of Wednesday show, short that it may have been, late as it may have been, was mostly taken up by Lord Stanley himself. But I think if you haven't caught up on any of that, like he last night it was for the most part, like when he first came here, and I don't know, this is just an assessment. Like this, I think everybody with all the excitement at Karen's house and all the kids there, and like all the kids wanting to hold the cat, not letting it like just like hang out and like we're like you gotta like you know what I mean like that like because it's kids. Like I remember when I was a kid, I never wanted to let my cats go. I always wanted to hold them, so they never got like really a chance to rest. So there's so when he first got here, like all the first whole day Wednesday and like that whole night Thursday, pretty much most of the day yesterday, Dom spent in the room with him because she missed out his arrival. So Lord Stanley was treated to a whole day with Ma. Whole day. I had to go out. I was working for a friend of mine doing some pickups for him, and she got to spend the whole day in the nice room in Lord Stanley kitty quarantine, and it was great. And again, for pictures and stuff like that, you can see Lord Stanley on the Instagram. There's going to be many more to come for sure. Casey's pounding off in the comment. Lord Stanley, too cute. That's his name. Hey, he's royalty. Lord Stanley. That's how we already made the pet. We made the vet appointment before Karen was even here with the cat. And they said, "What's the name?" And we said, "Lord Stanley." That's his name. That's his official. Like, if legal name, you're talking about the actual like, because like popes make up. Popes create their own names. Like cats. It doesn't matter. It's whatever we want to call him. But that's what he looks like. He's got stripes. He's gray. Bolts won the cup this year. His tail. He's a farm cat. Something happened with his tail, so it's all crooked. It kind of looks like a lightning bolt. It's fitting. His name is Lord Stanley. Like for the lightning, obviously we're fans. You can see it behind me. But Casey's also saying in the comments, my mom called me the dungeon. I never let the animals go. Right, because that's so funny. I can picture you too, like that, like almost like the Photoshop. Again, shout out to John Montag as well for the awesome Photoshops that he does for the show. He did the one for this one that you can see, that you'll probably see after the fact when I save it to the playlist and everything like that. But he did a sweet photo. Again, that's on the Instagram of a little kid just with a death grip on a cat, swinging on a swing. That's essentially any child with a cat. So I'm sure he didn't get a lot of rest, but now that he's rested, we got to hang out. What's up, Cupcake? Charles and pounding off in the comments. What's up, buddy? We have there is once he got his energy, he got food and he got some nice kitten food in him. You're supposed to feed kittens 4 times a day. His mom called him the Reaper. I don't want to know why. I don't want to know. You can pound off why, but I don't want to know why. Well, let's keep it light. Is it the Reaper? See, I'm the Fart Reaper on a lot of gaming platforms if I can. I'm trying to change my identity, not just be all baby mermaids, but I wanted to say when I was considering, and I still am considering, trying to get into fighting professional or competing professionally in competitive martial arts, I want to my fighting nickname to be the Fart Reaper. So I don't know if it's as light as that, but no, I think once he got rested and he got some food in him and he was hydrated and all that, he was ready to fuck shit up. We got him a new toy, stringy toy. We found out he likes rattles, not bells. He likes playing with balls. Take it easy, because all of my pets make it to heaven. Because all my pets make it to heaven. Oh, well, okay. Because of the ill ill care, like you're not taking care of the pets, or is it because you're like you're not the finisher? You're not the one that they send them to for fatalities. You're the one that like they just happen to pass away. So either way, we don't have to get into it. That's but no, he got his energy in him, and she said he was just bouncing off. He is so fucking fast. This is the thing is like it's been so long. Dobby was about 9 or 10 years old. Chloe's obviously around the same age, and I mean like maybe eight at the youngest, 9.5 at the oldest. Let's say, you know, and she's an older cat, but like she poor pet management. Yeah, that's very corporate of you. I like that. Fuck yeah, dude. Pound off. What is it? Responsibly pounding off in the comment. Cupcake, friend of the show, cupcake of the show, Charles Baynard, killing it. Poor pet management is absolutely. You could go in like that's almost like he's handing out his business card. Hey, Charles Baynard, poor pet management. How's it going? If you need a pet manage, oh, I can't say. Hold on, let me try it again. Take two and 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is Charles Baynard, Poor Pet Management. How's it going? If you need a pet managed poorly, I'm your man. See, I had to go Southern. Anytime I start fucking up a word, if I go Southern, it just slips me back into Florida. You can't slip up if you're saying anything as Florida man. But the cat was bouncing off the walls, and we aren't used to like that kitten energy because we haven't had a kitten in the house in fucking forever. We haven't obviously you see kitten videos. Sure. Yeah, I'm sharing them on Instagram. Sure. I'm sending them to group chats. You know what I mean? A lot of people send gross, weird shit to group chats. I send pet videos, heartwarming shit most of the time. I feel like most of the shit I send is either great sanctioned knockouts. And I say sanctioned because they're not just straight like the bullshit on the someone's head bouncing off. It's canvas. It's not cement usually when it's me. But not that I'm saying I'm not here to video shame, but we all have our lanes on the internet, and mine is definitely cats, whales, other weird animals, farts for sure. I keep it fun. Gross but fun. That's what, GDP, gross domesticated podcast. Welcome. We aren't used to the kitten energy, so we are kind of able to get ourselves reacquainted with it while he's in his little kitty quarantine, staying away from Chloe until we kind of get him checked out and we make sure that he's all good before, we get even bother, really freaking her out too much more. But I mean, we don't even know. I mean, she's like the age difference is so vast at this point but she's got that weird fucking like frantic energy. She's like classic cat. I say it all the time. I was saying it on Wednesday. I've been saying it for years. Clopoke is a meat and potatoes regular cat. She's killing mice. She's hating dogs. She's loving warm blankets and things. She just classic cat. Every like loves dairy stuff, butter, cream, things like that. For some reason, loves bacon grease too. Is Chloe taking interest in the quarantine room? A little bit. She is. Casey's pounding off in the comments. I want to. We're kind of like trying to. She is like she's wondering why we're not. She's not like meowing at the door or anything really. Like she's not like focusing on it. She's not like hanging around it or anything like that. But when we go in there and she's not obviously she's not allowed in there, so we like either try to keep her out or something. We kind of feel bad, but like she just goes into the other she goes in the bedroom and just sleeps. Like it's not like that's what she normally does anyway. She's right over here on the chair, but like she usually just kind of does that. She likes to be in the room with us, but she doesn't need to be right next to us. So she is still pretty much independent. So she's taking a little bit of interest, and we try to do it. There's a thing where you're supposed to if you're trying to introduce cats together, they say try to keep them in separate rooms. But on the other side of each door, you at feeding time, whatever, if you do like have a particular feeding time or anything like that, you have each dish, like you have them just basically on each side of a closed door. So I brought one dish in, or I brought his food into the quarantine room, and Dom fed Chloe on the other side. And she just basically, because it's in a different part of where she's always been fed in this house, I think that was kind of more what freaked her out. And So we tried that a little bit, and then at one point, um, we did notice Chloe noticed one of the toys near the door, like the underneath the door, and tried to snatch it out, and almost the same thing when we were trying to mess with a little kitty cat, Lord Stanley, on the other side, on the Clopoke side of the quarantine room. When he stuck his little paw out, when she saw that, she hissed. She just hissed, 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 hissed. Didn't like growl, didn't do anything else. I think she's just like, what? So when it's just a when it's just a disembodied paw that's coming out from underneath the door, it freaked her out. Especially because I think that's the room. Yeah, that is the room that Dobby died in. So I don't know if she thinks it's like Dobby reincarnate. Maybe we did some voodoo. We had the Hueje out, and then all of a sudden, Dobby rose. He arose from the ground. No, she. I think she has interest in it, but she's not obsessed with the room. Obviously, she's more. She's only interested in the room when we're going in the room. That's the main point. Is like she's not in a state where, and I don't think she'll probably hiss at him when he comes out and stuff like that, and not be totally nice with him, because to be honest, she wasn't always the nicest to Dobby. Like they weren't like the super, but I think they're the same. We were trying to do some research, and we thought we figured out what each one of the cats were a while back, like what each brand of them, what or brand breed, what breed of cat each one of them were, and that's when we discovered Dobby was a ragdoll, and that's also like the most loving cat in the world. So when we were like extra sad when Dobby passed away, we were like, oh, that's because like we had one of like the top cats in the fucking world. Ragdolls are super sweet kitty cats, and like Clopoke is straight up tabby. We figured that out. She's a tabby. Don't they suggest giving the main kitty special pheromones prior to introduction? I don't know about that. Maybe. I mean, either way, when we go to we have a vet checkup for next week. It's next week, so we still have a whole nother week of kitty quarantine. So, but he's taking big healthy poops. He's peeing, he's pooping, he's drinking, he's eating, he's running, he's playing. Everything's normal. Like he's so it's fingers crossed. Everything should be good. But we'll actually, I'll ask about that. Let me make a note of that, because pheromones question mark that question. All right, cool. I appreciate that. But there's tips and tricks, obviously, for what you can do when you're trying to reacquaint your cat or acquaint your cats to new cats or anything like that. But mainly it's like a health thing now, because she's an indoor cat, so we haven't really had any issues with her health wise. So and we actually did just take her to the vet, I believe, last year. Sometime last year, and so she was checked out. She was everything was fine, and she was technically not overweight. She is a fat little baby. She's got a big old belly, and but she is technically not overweight. And the qualifiers that the vet gave me about her weight reminded me of the qualifiers my doctor used to give me about my weight. When we took Chloe to the vet, we were like, we said, like, is she overweight? Is she is she too big? Or are we, are we overfeeding her? Are we underfeeding her? And the doctor said, no, she's not really overweight for an indoor cat. And I was like, oh, that's yeah, I remember those. I remember those comments when people were like, hey, yeah, you're not overweight for, for like somebody, for a fat kid, like you're husky. You know what I mean? Like that's where the word husky comes in. It's like saying, it's basically calling somebody overweight, but like, you're not overweight for so that's nice to hear. But we're getting them reacquainted. We're trying to get them a little bit acquainted via the door, on the door frame. And Obviously, I forgot my drink drops. I should bring this up. I was all frazzled this morning. This first thing this morning, I started having trouble with my Streamlabs. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was trying to get that video done for proper Ebonics. That was my fault. That was just a planning thing. That's I'm gonna take full credit for that. But when 11 o'clock rolled around, I was just like, why the fuck isn't this opening up? I kept trying, and it wouldn't open up. So I didn't have any of my things here. So whatever. Who cares? I don't know.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Drink drops are back though. So, and I was trying to do everything. I was trying to get little Lord Stanley all situated downstairs. I was trying to get the video sent over to the guys. I was trying to get all this stuff ready, and I wasn't even. I even went to the bathroom for fuck's sake, so I wouldn't piss myself during a stream for once in my goddamn life. But I'm here. I'm happy to talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Pound off in the comments. If you want to join in via audio, you can still do that. No matter what, like I said, we just don't have graphics because of Streamlabs. And I'm blaming it on Streamlabs for right now until further notice. It is definitely Streamlabs' fault. But if you're following on Instagram Live, you can ask to join. And again, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to pound off or join in via audio, you can call in on Instagram Live at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram. We go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, unless we're getting a brand new kitten or have a problem with Streamlabs. 11 to 1 every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on YouTube and here on Instagram Live. I erase the video here on Instagram, so whatever you have pounded off on will be erased at the end of the show, but your audio will live on forever, whether it be spoken, the text via my dulcet tones, or whether you asked to join in and we can talk about whatever. I know that we had some interest in the Spotify contenders playlist. If you guys want to talk about that, if you have any additions, subtractions, multiplications to the list, I have not been able to chip away anymore. I actually was kind of seeing what little Lord Stanley was interested on television, not super into MMA, loves podcast. Like we were watching what was it? Your Mom's House? I can't remember which one it was, but it was something. It was some. He likes colors, essentially. He loves The Voice also because a lot of bright colors. But again, just sweet little boy, super fast. Not looking forward to kind of looking forward to it. It's almost the same way. I really do. I know a lot of people say that to compare pets to kids or children, like, human children or whatever, is ridiculous. But it's like there's just so many. Though I think if you care about kids or pets too much, I think it's the same thing. I think that's where the disconnect is. It's not an automatic, tit for it's not the same thing. If you just love your pets way too much, it's a closer comparison, because we're not really looking forward to being woken up by, our feet being attacked under the covers, or kittens running up your legs when you're trying to get dressed. But we kind of are too, because it's fucking funny. It's really funny. It's a lot. It hurts, but it's funny. Ultimately, it's annoying, but funny in the exact same way. So it's worth it in the same way when people say, oh, when you, because that's what I always wonder is, like, either you had a really easy first pregnancy or kid, like experience with a kid, or you want to redo, or you just love it so much that it's one of those things. And for any two child parents out there that may be pounding off here in the comments, I think everybody here possibly has one kid, but I don't know for sure. Don't know your business, and you don't have to share it if you don't want to. But if I always find it astounding when somebody my mom had 3 kids. Like, how do you have one kid and you're like, okay, cool. And it's like, the only things I can equate it to are cats and or tattoos or anything else. Is like one of those things of like, the pain is worth the pleasure. Like I love the fight of it. I love the challenge of it. I want the continued chaos, or I want the continued misery of being awoken at any hour of the night, whether it be by having your foot attacked, or by a screaming baby or a cat running across your face. It's all of those things happen. And even when they get bigger, just because they're bigger and they're beefier, they got a bigger belly, longer legs, whatever may be, doesn't mean they're kitten brain. Like I said, Clopoke is almost, or possibly, we don't know. Again, we got to actually do the real research and figure out what her actual age is. But she's possibly 10, and she still has these freak out moments where she runs up all the way up to the attic, all the way downstairs to the first floor. Like there is a kitten mindset for obviously all cats. As long as they're physically able to, they will forever freak out. And there's oftentimes, again, you go out on that their internet, and you're going to see cats of any size and style being cats, playing with balls, playing with fucked up shit. So that's the only other thing. Karen pounding off in the comments. Kid hoarding. Yeah. Karen has, for instance, has 287 kids. Like I think that's the official. I don't know. Not all birthed from her. That's crazy, obviously. So like 100 of those are homegrown. Rest of them, I think they found them, or like they're strays. They pick up kids like strays. No, they have a humongous family, and I don't. It's one of those things that you're like, no, I either enjoy that care, like I'm good at that. You realize you're like good at it, and you want to do it more, or you just really do enjoy or again, like I said, the only thing because of my shallow existence is because I can compare it to is tattoos and or cats. And so if people get offended, if parents get offended when somebody says you're comparing kids to, or pets to kids or whatever, or that's offensive or whatever it may be, it's like if you give as much of a shit about them as I do or we do, it is the same thing. So the hold on, Joe Muller's pounding off in the Facebook, or sorry, the YouTube comments. Pat, does each cat have their own litter box, or do they share? My two cats never shared litter boxes. Actually, that's as of right now in this household. Not to give up all our business or anything like that, but we have 3 litter boxes currently in this household. But one is in quarantine, kitty quarantine right now. We bought a brand new one because one of the other ones that we actually brought from Florida, that I think originally even came from my mom's house when we lived there, of starting out years and years, like 20, like forever ago, 2009, 2008, whatever. Like when I think one of those maybe had, or maybe when we moved out in our own apartment, we still had one of those litter boxes, and it's starting to fall apart. One of the other ones we bought is a little bit newer because because again, the older you get, the more kitty cats you have, the more experience, the more you realize, oh shit. When like you actually go like, hey, hey Google, how the fuck should I raise this cat? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And actually, Joe brings up a great point. The fact that you're supposed to have one litter box per cat per household. So if you have 7 cats, you should have 7 litter boxes, 7 completely different litter boxes maintained separately. So not separately, like in different parts of the house. You can have 7 of them, but that's the comparison. Kind of like with like a water for emergencies, you should have this many gallons per person per day. Like you should have this much stored up for backups or anything. John's pounding off in the comments. So is Karen. Karen says they are feral kids. Yeah, exactly. John's pounding off. One of the litter boxes is for when Pat can't make the toilet. We get the kind that really clumps. We get the really that's actually a really good idea. I should that third litter box, I should clean it out really good, so get all the cat as much as I can, the cat piss smell out of it. And if it's just something that's just going to be sitting around anyway, I should just fill this. I have a little wastebasket that I have next to the. Oh, sorry, Chloe. Right next to the me here in the attic right here, and I should absolutely fill this with litter, because when I do have those, when I can just squat over it. Really, like, because that's what I do when I get up in the middle of the night to go pee. I don't know. Shout out, like a tip. Nobody ever tells you as a guy. And I want this to be clear. I want to make it You can hear me loud and clear on Instagram, right? Want to make sure we're live on Instagram, IG Live, Baby Mermaid Productions. Also here on YouTube, you're watching. If you are, hit like, subscribe, get the notifications, watch the episodes. You're going to find out a lot about me because I share too much on this. But I just want to let everybody know that. Hold on. Alex is pounding off in the comments. So having cats is harder than kids. One toilet for many kids compared to Actually, that's a really good point. You're right. So technically, see now that's gonna definitely piss some parents off once I start saying, actually, having cats is technically a little bit harder than children because I have to maintain 7 different bathrooms for 7 different. So Karen, you have how many? You have 0 cats, but I think the honest number I believe is like closer to 6. It is single digit kids, right? Either way, does not have the number of toilets per kid for sure. They do well. Hey, they're doing okay for themselves. They got a nice house, I'm sure. But there is not 7 or is it even per people? At that point it would be per person, right? So John's also pounding off in the comment. I always forget to try to sit down to pee. That was my tip. So you forget to do that. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. That was my tip. John is pounding off in the comments. If you're part of this live stream, you can join it. I mean, all of you have cell phones. Instagram's an app. Watch YouTube on your work computer. Don't do your work. Have the Zoom meeting that whatever you're supposed to be doing, have that here on the screen, and then take the YouTube clip and then put it here. You're going to hit like because you like what I'm saying, and the tip I'm about to give you is clarifying what John's saying here. And try to remember this, guys. Try to remember it because I don't know if everybody always wakes up with a boner, but if you wake up at any point in the middle of the night, don't open your eyes. Count the steps to the bathroom. Do the work. Just do the work. This isn't Miyagi-Do karate, okay? This is not something that you're going to have to. This is literally just training your body to do this, and this is going to help you in the long run. As the guy who cannot sleep through the night anymore, wakes up to pee multiple times in his 30s, maybe it's something I should go to the doctor about. Who knows? It's also my weak, terrible bladder. But get this. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you don't want to, or you wake up before your alarm clock, shit like that, where the sun's not out, and you're like, and I don't want to be up, and this is bullshit. So get a nightlight if you need to, somewhere in your house that will give you a little bit of a daredevil kind of like mainframe kind of view of what you got in your house, right? Count the steps to the toilet. If you, luckily for me, I have a nice little, I'm using the British word corridor, right straight to the bathroom. So I get up, bed, and it's basically a straight line right to the bathroom. I don't even really have to count the steps. I just have to make sure I don't fall down the stairs. I just have to lean to one side and that's it. I rarely drink, so I don't have to worry about being woozy like in that sense. So I can basically keep my eyes closed, guys. But if not, have every other light off in the house. You never have to open a light. Never turn on a light. Straight shot to the bathroom. Boom. Get to the toilet. Sit down. Just sit down. Nobody ever tells you as a guy, as a man, as a young boy, as anything. Just because you can stand up to piss doesn't mean you have to. Don't do it. What are you doing? You're going to make a mess. You're going to make a mess. Every time. And this is the thing. This is not a lot of people. You're probably saying, "Oh, here's the domesticate." We've heard the gross part. Here's the domesticated part. No. You're wrong. This is me. Tom's never complained about me pissing anywhere. Anyway, that sounds really gross. That sounds like we're into some kind of weird piss stuff, but it's not. It's mainly just she's never said like, "Oh, you get piss all over the seat." I volunteer. I put the seat down all the time because sometimes I like to sit down to piss. Sometimes if I'm driving, I am sitting down when I piss. You know, not on purpose, but that's what I like to do. I like to do that because whether you got your morning boner, right? Whether you got a wake up in the middle of the night boner, any kind of boner, this is gonna help you. I feel like this is a boner infomercial now. So if you go I don't know how much most people have to navigate. If you're picking the room, by the way, if you have moved into your home, if you are the primary person who or whatever, the person on the lease or whatever, I was going to say breadwinner, but like you moved into that house and you didn't pick the house, the room closest to or easiest route to the bathroom or with a bathroom attached. I don't know what you're doing, but take the easiest route. You know what I mean? Like take the route of least resistance. Don was talking about originally having our bedroom on the 3rd floor and having to take stairs in the middle. And come on, what are we doing here? Again, we're not alcoholics. We're not fucking going to bed super woozy or fucked up. I'm not worried about breaking my neck. I'm worried about the fact that I don't want to walk down. I don't want to do exercise in the middle of the night. Like, I don't want to have to do exercise to be able to not piss my pants. I would, if for sure, if our bedroom was on the 3rd floor, if we had to take stairs to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I for sure would have a bedpan and or one of those little piss jugs next to the bed. And honestly, why don't I have a piss jug now? I'm a fucking adult. I can do whatever the fuck I want with my piss. This is a freedom that I'm just realizing right before your eyes. Do you understand this? You can buy a piss jug. Everybody can buy a piss jug. Piss jugs for everybody. It's not too late. There's still, what is it? 14 days, 13 shopping days. Stuff's still probably, nothing's going to be open, obviously. But like stuff how are they going to do shopping? Oh dear. How are we going to do it? Either way, 13 shopping days. Give me a piss jug. Think about it. You know, I'm gonna start an Amazon wish list. Piss jug's going to be at the top of it because I just invented. Why am I even getting up to go to the bathroom at all? I'm an adult. I can piss where. Sorry, I've been missing a whole. We have 4 toilets. Holy shit. Okay, so Karen has 6 kids. I'm assuming 2 adults that are living in the house. That's 10. Yep. Nope. 8. I got it. I did 6 and 4. I did 6 kids, 4 toilets. So 6 kids, 2 adults. Pets don't go in the house or in the toilet. So we got 8. So you need 4. You have half quota for your toilets. I know everybody's going to enjoy that math I just did. That's what happens when I do quick math. That's quick math for Pat. It's wrong math. That the any work that I show is going to not work, and anything else is going to be terrible. So we have 4 toilets. Karen's also saying, and a backyard with a ton of trees to pee on. Yeah, because if you also have to do a little bit of math here. So if 6 of the kids, what percentage of them are boy? Because then how many bathrooms do you have? I don't know. You have a yard. You have 100 million bathrooms. Whatever the square footage of whatever that is, equal 2 bathrooms. If it's boys, if it's girls, less. I mean, not that girls can go outside, but they don't want to. It's the weirdest thing. You guys can go out of the bathroom. A lot of times, like say, you can just go pee anywhere. You can go pee anywhere too. Like, I don't know why women say they can't pee standing up. Everybody can pee standing up. And apparently from what we hear, we can't aim either. So just do it. Quit bitching about it. There's a thing almost like a pee jug that what's it called? There's like a pee jug thing that it's it's like a funnel that women can like shove in. I'm like doing this off camera, so it just looks like I'm jerking it. But like it's like a funnel almost that you put under your cooch that like gets the piss and then and turns it into a stream. Is there a thing? Papa Squat? Yeah, Papa Squat. Casey's pounding off in the comments. Casey may have one. Football games? Why do you not? If you are going to a football game and you, as a lady, and you do not have one of those, who the fuck? First of all, in the winter, who the fuck wants to sit on a porta potty seat, an outside bathroom seat? Fuck you. No, sir. If there was something like that for poop, I would absolutely buy that because I would never sit down for. I would switch it. I would only sit down to pee, and I'd stand up for every poop. Papa poop. Big Papa poop. I got myself with that one. I'm stupid. Big Papa poop. That would absolutely, John, please remember that for one of my AKAs for the next Falls Count. Anybody that listens to Falls Count anywhere, remind me. I'm going to remember that for my AKA, Big Papa Poop. Big oh man. So, but even without that, you can still. I mean, we've all seen pornography here. Come on, we're all adults. We know you can pee. Well, first of all, whenever you want, and really, if you have streams too, but you just have to clear the way. I think you just have to part the seas, and then you can. It's not practical. Pat, Joe's pounding off in the YouTube comments. Pat, you're awesome. Love all the podcasts. Got to get back to our hell yeah, dude. Thanks so much for joining us, Joe. Big Papa Dump. Big Papa Dump is good. I don't know if you should have the. I like the alliteration. The Big Papa Pump, like Big Papa Poop, or Big Papa Plop, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure this out. I'll ask the High Council how we can do this, but that's gonna be. So I gotta do some pheromone work. I gotta figure out what my new AKA is gonna be on False Count Anywhere. There's a lot of work to do here, but don't ever let anybody think that you have to sit or stand to pee. Anybody, whatever you identify as, whatever Jennies you got underneath, whatever you got inside or outside, it doesn't matter. Sit or stand, make a mess if you want to. We do it anyway. You say it anyway. Do it. Oh no, I put John into the AKA wormhole. So now he's gonna spiral for a little bit. What do we got here? A shitteration. Oh, a shitteration. God damn it. I like this. A shitteration because I said alliteration, but he said with poop. Do you understand this? This is what John does. John puns it up. He's big pun. I like it. Big pun Montag. Pun Montag. That's not as good. See, you're better at it. What's up? How's it going? But yeah, hold on a second. I wanted to just make sure I got all of this stuff here. Karen is saying down here, a backyard with all the thing. Casey's pounding off earlier said it's super manly to admit that you like to sit to pee. Is it? I don't know. Is that manly? I don't think so. I mean, but it could be. I appreciate that. Thanks so much, Casey. Also, John sits down to pee as well. He's a man's man as well. John say, but have you ever flipped the script and stood to dump out? So, okay, so he was getting ahead of me. So see, that's what I'm saying. This same wavelength, John, associate producer of the show, friend of the show, host of Hacks. He's follow John, follow it's spelled Montague, pronounced Montag, Montag Comedy on Instagram. Follow Hacks Comedy Golf on Instagram. And watch Hacks here on the YouTube channel. It's a fucking great show. We have awesome guests. We got some new great shows coming up. We're putting all that stuff together now. So check that stuff out. Hilarious, pounding off in the comments. And ahead of me, a man ahead of his time for sure. So, and just the final math on, we got 4 boys, 2 girls. So basically they have enough bathrooms. That's why they can survive. That's why they're still together. That's why that it is still a 2-parent home, is because they do have enough bathrooms for sure. Alex also pounded off Pat Papa Poop. Ooh, I like this. See, you're of the wrestling ilk as well, I believe, right? Is that right, Alex? I believe that's how we know. Triple P. So he's got the nickname there. Boom, Triple P. That's what's going to be on the back of my trunks. I'm going to do, what's it called when you just have the bikini part? I don't want full pants. If I'm going out to the ring, I want to either that or maybe like the tight short, like the boxer brief kind. Like I'll do that, but no shirt. Maybe a tank top, but I'll wear my shirt, like the big Pat Papa Poop Triple P on the back, right? And then that's on the back of my thing, trunks. Well, yeah, I know they're called. Okay, so that's all they're called is just trunks. Also, by the way, I was asking Alex, John, the one of wrestling elk. Thanks, trunks. Oh yeah, he said it too. Okay, well. Now he's just showing off. John's not only pounding off as associate producer, he's showing off in front of the wrestler. But there's Triple P, I think is the nickname. That's like that will show up on the video when my music hits, and then I'll come out. Pat, Papa Poop. I think I'll do like a Rob Van Dam thing, but it would be like pointing at my butt. Pat, Papa Poop, and I'm pointing down at my butt. Oh, Ian Strong coming in strong at the right time. I am talking about a poop wrestling character that I'm working on. Pat Papa Poop. Man. Brett Fart, obviously Brett Fart. That was my past when we played D&D. Mike O'Donnell. I remember, or sorry, I was corrected on the full group. It was Mike O'Donnell, Manny Santiago, Wes Williams, Lemaire Lee, Brandon Youngblood, and me. And we played Dungeons and Dragons, and I had no idea how to play, so I didn't take it seriously, and I just kept making shit up and making fun of stuff. And my name in the game was my character was Brett Fart. Actually, first I did it. I think I did Dale Earnfart or something like that. I can't remember. That was after. I think once I got out of the Fart Foundation, Owen Fart, Nide Fart, stuff like that. Then I ended up going into the other ones. Karen saying my 9-year-old would love this wrestling character. Pat Papa Poop. Hell yeah. It's gonna happen. I know. I feel like at this point, even like from being able to from my what little relations I do have with Jake Manning, we're familiar. You know, I feel much closer, obviously, to Sir Ian Strong here, and a new budding relationship with Mr. Alex here. From I believe another great show that I do about bi-weekly with a great friend of mine, good friend, Andy Malafarina, on his Twitch stream, twitch.com/Andy Malafarina. We do a show called What About with Andy and Pat, where we break down an album that we were talking about from our childhood. It's basically actually been kind of just rehashing albums that has reminded us of whatever they wanted to listen to. So like he picked 4 Years Strong. We were to that one. I got talking about my Spotify playlist. Alex got interested and I believe came over. I believe that's if that's our origin story. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so I know enough wrestlers at this point. I feel like where I can get this character going. You know what I mean? I can get into an indie. At least as a fuck, what's the thing called, the valet? I could be that. Piss pen. Wow, dude. I don't know if anybody knows this, by the way. And if this affects your watching of the stream, whether it be on YouTube or on Instagram Live, I apologize. And I should have made this clear beforehand, but I am technically half Canadian. My dad was from Montreal, born and raised, moved down when he was, I believe, right before high school. So, or maybe right at the start of high school. I can't remember what it was, but either way, so technically, Piss Benoit might work a little bit more because I don't believe the Steiners were at all. I think they're all American, baby. So Pat Papa Poop might not work. Piss Benoit, I love that name. Rowdy Pooper. Pooper, I like it. It should work. Rowdy Pooper should work, but it should be. I feel like there should be the two names might be Poop like beforehand too. Somehow we gotta that one. I like that though. Sorry, missing some pounding off. WWP, yeah, absolutely. Ian's pounding off in the comments as well. The Sexecutioner dressed like a Legion of Doom, but instead of spikes coming out of their gear, rubber dicks. When was I knighted? Yes, sir. Yeah. That was Ian Strong pounding off in the comments. If you're watching this and you like any part of this, make sure you check out Strong Words with Ian Strong as well. That's an audio podcast out there. The most recent episode that I believe is out is the one still currently with me as one of the guests of a panel of fellas, whether on the show, also some people that were pulled off the show, of our favorite View Askewniverse movies, which are the movies directed by Kevin Smith featuring Jay and Silent Bob, cinematic, not the cartoon movie. So if you like that and you like Ian Strong, he's a great guy. We're definitely going to get him on the podcast on GDP here. And I believe I'm going to be on his show again, just me and him talking. So great guy, great musician, great wrestler, great comedian, everything. Great podcaster, great dude, great fun to talk to for sure. Pounded off in the comments as well. He was, and that's why I knighted him. That's why I called him Sir, because I feel like, there's a matter of respect here. John Montag is John Montag, associate producer, not Sir John Montag. That guy almost pissed himself running. That's a fucking dude. Can that be like the one of the show's first insults? Hey, why don't you go piss yourself running? Huh? I like that, right? kind of like pissing in the wind, right? CM poop. Oh fuck yeah, Alex is fucking pounding off hard. CM poop. I like this. See, I love alliteration. Once I learned that word, I found out that I love it because I'm like, oh yeah, that's the thing where all the words start with the same thing. Cool, love it. Listen to it again today. I started listening to it and I got to where we were talking. We just cracked Chasing Amy, which is I don't want to give it away. Wait, was that the bottom? Did I listen to it? See, intrigue. Check out Strong Words with Ian Strong. I'm still on my first listen as of right now. But Strong Words, colostomy bag, jump dungeon. Hold on. What's this? What's going on here? Let's do it again today. Rounds pounding off here. Colostomy bag, Jim Duggan. Dungeon? Dungan? Gungan. How about Gungan? I like that. That's what's rounds pounding off in the comments. Triple preparation H. Now come on now. Let's not get weird. Come on. We're just talking about poop puns here now. No, big Pat Papa Poop. How the fuck did we get on Pat Papa Poop, by the way? The wrestling podcast, shitperation. Oh yeah, because I wanted to stand up to poop. Absolutely still probably sit down to poop. If it's a matter of piss, stand up. Much like Ludacris has said, stand up. Flatulence Jack. I don't know if I know that one. Who's Jack? Oh, Cactus Jack. Nailed it. Bang bang. See that? Flatulence Jack. That's I so far Piss Benoit is like that was like not only fitting just because I've pissed myself often. Goldberg Gotham. See, because that's the poop monster. And you'll find out more about that on Strong Words with Ian Strong. See that? See how I did that with your thing, Ian? We're fucking. This is pound. If you pound off in the comments on IG Live, I feel like I've really hit my stride. Sorry. Obviously I haven't. I can't even talk about it. But I'm getting what pounding off truly is. And again, pounding off attributed to Mr. Brandon Youngblood for having the foresight to notice or possibly mess up and then completely recover 100% by saying pound off in the comments instead of sound off. But saying pounding off means tap, 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 pounding off on the keyboard or the letters on your phone. So I appreciate anybody that pounds off, whether it be on YouTube or IG Live. Either way, if you're pounding off live, you can pound off after the show as well. If you want to comment, do that. If you want to like, please do that. You want to hit subscribe? Of course, I'm going to appreciate that. You want to tell your friends? Yeah, I want you to tell your friends. But hey, either way, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, whether the everybody's pounding off or whether nobody's pounding off, I'm going to be here. And that's all you can fucking count on, okay? You can count on a little bit of Pat, a little bit of
education.
Thank you. And then time that one right. Sergeant Splatter. We're still getting wrestling names about poop. We're in sync. We're in sync. It's going to be May. And I'm Justin, and you're Joey. Ooh, I would take Joey Fatone. Joey Fatone is living his best life right now. He gets to hang out with the Impractical Jokers. Yeah, I like the Impractical Jokers. So what? But he gets to hang out with the Impractical Jokers. He gets to he gets just to be fat now. Like all due respect, I'm a fat guy. Like when you've never been the attractive guy, right? Joey Fatone, I don't think was ever the attractive guy, right? He was like, they always kind of joked about him being like the dad character. I don't know, actually. I'll have to actually ask. Dom is a Backstreet Boys fan, but I'm sure she's familiar with NSYNC. But Justin Timberlake is still like sexy, and like he has to be like, he's still like relevant and shit, like and like in a pop, like in a pop way, like in making current pop music. Joey Fatone is hosting game shows, and he's doing that, and he loves it, and he's good at it, and he's funny. Let him do it. Joey Fat One. Yeah, right? Like, wasn't he? I think, yeah, Sergeant Splatter wins. Okay, I like that one. So, Sergeant Splatter. Also, by the way, I don't know if anybody was here for this. I was talking a little bit earlier. I am and was and still am considering a competitive martial arts career, whether it be full MMA or just BJJ. I don't know for sure, but I want to have a fight moniker, a name, like Johnny Bones Jones. You have a Mauricio Shogun Hua, stuff like that. You want to have the cool nickname in the middle. And mine currently, it might. I don't know. Piss Benoit, because he didn't murder his family. I love it. I'm not offended by it. But like Piss Benoit, I don't know. But as of right now, I am officially Pat Fart Reaper George, because I have made multiple people fart in jiu-jitsu with my pressure, whether it be passing with sweeping them, getting them extra flat. Let's just say I squeeze farts, I reap farts. I think I'm 7-2 with farts, or 7-1, I believe. Either 9-1. I think I'm 9-1 farts, where I've made 9 people. I think it's 7-2. I've made 7 people fart. I've been made to fart twice. So that's my record so far. Until I start competing, I can only gauge it on farts. So, and as I should be, right? Pat Curious George, yeah. Pat, I think it should be Pat Fat One, or Joey Pat One. I should Pat Fat. I don't know. Allegedly murdered his fan. No, no, John. I'm pretty sure it was 100% him. I don't know for sure. You're right. None of us saw it. Could be an inside job. I'm gonna just say it was excellent writing. If it at all was fake, but I don't think it was. It was absolutely something terrible. So I don't know if Piss Benoit will be as widely accepted as Fart Reaper and or Sergeant Splatter. But again, I feel like I could not take that particular moniker until I do actually make someone shit themselves. And I don't necessarily want to do that, because if I'm either the guy on top of that person and or I've just made them, I don't want that flopping around. I'll take a fart. Sure, I can hold my breath. You know what I mean? Or I can just take their breath. But I'm not gonna. I don't want any poop. So could be the kid. Who knows? I don't know. Could be attempted murder. Could be self-defense. We don't know. But we definitely are sure that it was CTE. I think that was I think, honestly, you're right. Technically, maybe Chris Benoit did not kill his family. It was Chris Benoit's CTE riddled brain that killed his family. We'll give it that. So I won't be Piss Benoit's brain, but I'll be Piss Benoit, not the Canadian. Was that his legal name too? I think that was. Yeah, CTE was the culprit. Never gonna stand charge. You know what I mean? Chris Benoit will forever take the brunt of the abuse and the allegations of that, because he's the one in the news. It's his fingerprints all over it, but it was truly CTE, and we all know that. I mean, come on. That guy had multiple, I'm going to finish you by smashing my face on you. That's just, I don't know. What are you doing? Ron's pounding off in the comments. Are we going to judge someone for murdering his family? Are we really going to? No, not technically. You're right. You're right, Ron. We should take it easy. Casey's pounding off. Also, we are sitting behind Hurricane's farts. Oh man, yeah. That I can imagine. Man, I heard about the farts. Oh, that's what the farts were. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, because Manny kept asking me, "Are there farts?" And Manny, I will say this: one benefit of wearing a mask, guys, is I did walk into the bathroom at some point, and it might have been the gentleman that we're referring to in the IG chat, IG live chat right now, but a person named Hurricane, right? That's not his legal name, but comedian Hurricane was apparently blasting farts, and I don't know for sure, but when I walked into the bathroom, there was somebody blowing it the fuck up. And I don't know if it was him, but whoever it was, I didn't know, because I still have my fucking mask on. So there's a definite upside. So anybody that's doubting wearing a mask, even from, let's just say, from that simple point of view right there, like when somebody's sitting in a room and they're public, and maybe that's why he was doing it. Maybe he was like, well, everybody's wearing masks, so fuck it, I'm just gonna keep blasting farts. But Manny kept asking me if I was farting, and I was like, dude, do you think I would not tell you if I was farting, or do you think I would not like bring it to your attention? If I'm farting in public, I'm farting as loud as I can. I'm not gonna try to sneak them. I will fart and or burp as loud as I can anywhere I can. That's my fucking right, man. Just like if you can sit or stand to piss anytime you want, you can fart as loud or as quiet as you'd like. But if it's stinky, that's when maybe fucking pop your mask back on. Now, Manny was drinking beers and he was eating as well. So obviously you can't do that and wear the mask at the same time. But during that time, I was chewing gum lovely behind my mask here, and I was playing some chess with some friends online. So I was not witnessing and or smelling any farts or hearing them. But obviously, Casey and or Manny were definitely, and I was getting blamed for him. See, that's a joke that I have in my act, where if you were ever casting me in a movie, the character in the movie would officially be a guy you can fart directly in front of and still blame it on. And if there's any proof of it, it's last night at the Comedy Zone. Hurricane, a much fatter human being than I. A much fatter human being than I. Very funny man, but very fat as well. And he'll say it. It's part of his put it in the act. He knows it. He's got mirrors. But when I get blamed for farts at somebody else, they just know that just means my branding is working. My branding is out there and it's clear. I'm the fart and piss guy. Welcome to the show. That was all the intro, by the way. No, I want to miss some pounding off here. I want to make sure. Casey was also saying we're sitting beside Ron. Thought that was it was absolutely the worst. Ron also says I stay away from his ass. That's good, Ron. You should stay away from most men's asses, I think. I mean, not that, there's no judgment. And most asses, most other people that you're not in a sensual relationship with, let's say, sexual relationship, consensually sexual relationship, let's say, you probably shouldn't be near their ass. But also, Ian's still pounding off with, the Piz. Okay. I like that. The Piz is a good one. We're still pounding off with some Patty Piss Pants. Sorry, I apologize. Patty Piss Pants. I do like a Patty Piss Pants as far as because you got the alliteration with the letters, but also with that one I want to try to stay away from I want to stay away from the patty. I've had a lot of and I like patty. Don't get me wrong. I like a patty pie is what I'm called by my in-laws. My wife's family all calls me patty pie or patty cakes or stuff like that. And I do know it's endearing. It's not condescending. After a while, patty one banana, patty stuff like that. I'm wondering sometimes if people are making up names about them. You're laughing at me or with me. I'm happy to be Pat Papa Poop. You know what I mean? But because I'll take that. I poop my pants. Okay, I piss my pants. But if you're laughing at me, not with me, I know you're not. Ian. But there's been I want to make sure that's just my own insecurities and that's my fault. You know what I mean? But let's just be clear. Low hanging fruit. Master P. Oh yeah. Alexa piss. Ooh, I like that one. Alexa piss. That's if I that's Dom. Oh, she could be Alexa piss. No. She has to keep her name, right? Because we have to keep I can't just change it for oh, we can just change her name. Hold on, back up here. Patty Piss Pants. Also, Casey's pounding off here. I need to take cue. Hold on, what? Cue from you, Ron. The Piz is the fun spin on the Miz. Yeah, absolutely. I got that, and that's funny too because I do know I was going to say the Piz, the Miz. I'm familiar with them, whether it be from commercials or him being guest on shows I listen to, stuff like that. So I'm familiar with the Miz for sure. So the Piz, I think the Piz is now you got the funny play on words because everybody knows the Miz, right? Alexa Piss, you're a conscious farter. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to try to say that word out loud. Conscientious, right? Conscious farter. Master P, low hanging fruit. Oh, we're gonna going rappers. No, we're not going rappers. We're staying wrestlers. Don't even, John. Don't even. All right. Like I was saying earlier, in the post, I discovered, obviously via whether Reddit, nature is fucking lit subreddit is a fucking a thing that I saw. That's where the picture for the post came from on Instagram Live. And for an animal that is, in my opinion, a GDP double whammy. This animal, I'm always interested in finding out more about. Like, I've never seen this motherfucker, but it turns out it's a lot more similar to motherfuckers you're familiar with. So I thought this was funny because I was like, this should be a GDP double whammy, which would be we're gonna read about and we're gonna learn about a new animal, which is fun, right? It's Australian. Actually, it's a triple whammy. I didn't even realize. Australian. Everybody, if you've seen me tell any Australian jokes on stage before, or you've ever heard me talk about Australians on Buddha Boys or on stage or GDP past episodes, I'm very much perplexed by Australia as a whole. So it's an Australian animal. It's a triple whammy because it's also kind of the word of the day, but it's not officially the word of the day. It's going to be a word of the day. So we got a double whammy of word of the days. We're going to learn about now let's do this together. Like the word of the day, I'm going to spell what the animal is, and then you're going to tell me what you think it is. P truth. Ooh, I like that one. Well, no, because that's just a different. Yeah, it's just a different letter. Because it's R truth is normally the other one, right? Nailed that one. But we're going to do the word of the day unofficially with this one. So this is spelled Quokka, and that's what the animal you're seeing. If you follow Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram, you're pounding off on IG Live. Most likely you saw the post. If not, please do follow. Please like the post and do all that stuff. DDP, I love that one. PEE, love that one. That's really good. There's an animal known. It's a marsupial. It's got a little pouch, and you see my little face in the pouch. Quokka. Now I'm gonna try it. I believe it's Quokka. And Quokka are, let's see here. The Quokka, also known as a short-tailed scrub wallaby, the only member of the genus Cetonix, I believe, is a small macropod about the size of a domestic cat. That's why not only was it something that was like, you can't really tell the scale of the animal by the look of it on the picture itself, because obviously it's a little bit closer. But if you search Quokka, and it's actually Quokka, I believe. So it actually didn't autocorrect, but it's spelled differently. Maybe there's multiple spellings. But it is a small micropod about the size of a domestic cat. Like other marsupials in the micropod family, the Quokka is herbivorous, and mainly nocturnal. So it's about. All right, let's see here. Quokka, also known as short. I hate that. Okay, so it's about 5.5 pounds. Yeah, to 11 pounds. So it's about the size of a cat. Quokka. They look like they stand on their back feet. Discovery by Europeans. Their diet, population, human interactions. Let's see here. Let's see if I would ever have to fight one of these. Brett the Shitman Shark, like that one. Poo Day, like the New Day, right? This is too fun. Don't stop. Keep going. Michael Piss Hayes. I don't know what that one is. Yeah, keep going. Guys, pound off in the chat. If you guys want to pound off while I teach about the Quokka. Actually, I want to look up the pronunciation to figure out that. Hold on, but let me figure out the Quokkas have little fear of humans and commonly approach people closely, much like cats. Particularly on Rottnest Island, where a prevalent population exists. You want to talk about alliteration? Prevalent population. Though Quokkas have a reputation of being the happiest animal on Earth, annually, a few dozen cases of Quokkas biting people, especially children, are reported, much like cats. So, what we're figuring out are they should actually be cat Quokka. Because cat Quokka, cat, because they're woke cats. Quokkas, hold on now. Are reported. There are certain restrictions regarding feeding. It is illegal for members of the public to handle the animals in any way. And feeding, particularly of human food, is especially discouraged as they can easily get sick. An infringement notice carrying a $300 fine can be issued by the Rottnest Island Authority for such an offense. The maximum penalty for animal cruelty is a $50,000 fine and a 5-year prison sentence. Quokkas can also be observed at several zoos and wildlife parks around Australia, including the Perth Zoo, the Taronga Zoo, and Wildlife Sydney, and the Adelaide Zoo. Physical interaction is generally not permitted without explicit permission from the supervising staff. So apparently, if you go up to one of these zoos, whether it's Perth or Taronga, maybe Wildlife Sydney, you can just go up to one of the staff and just go, "Come on," and eventually they'll say, "Yeah, you can touch it. Go ahead." Quokka behavior in response to human interaction has been examined in zoo environments. One brief study indicated fewer animals remained visible from the visitor paths when the enclosure was open to or walk-through environment. This may be been due to the Quokkas acquiring avoidance behavior of visitors, which the authors propose has implications for stress management in the exhibition to the public. So I guess they get stressed out because they don't want to, like, if you're cool, but like, again, I think it seems like they have a temperament. Like there's like a picture in the Wikipedia here of a man taking a selfie with a quokka. And it's like a cat. They're looking at the camera. Like they're cute. They're little cute little marsupials. They're so little cute. Cat Wilka. Booker P. I like that one. We got some more more what is it, piss related and or scatological related wrestlers pounding off in the comments right now if you want to join in. Most of them have been taken though, and they're still getting on. Like now we're getting into a lot of these that I'm like, I don't know if I know that one. Do something with what's MJF? BMP. How about that? Instead of MJF, MVP at PE. See? If any wrestler has the letter P in their name, that's just, I feel like that's low hanging fruit because you're just taking the letter and you're just putting E. Either way, Quokkas. If and when I ever move to Australia, or if I ever visit Australia, I want to find them. I want to talk to one. I want to hold one. Put one in my little pouch. Hold them. You know what I mean? Because I love kitty cats. They're Australian kitty cats. It's funny because there was a kitten that I believe it was like a bush cat, or it's like a bush kitten or something like that. It's called, and it's something along the lines of like it. I can't remember if it's there or somewhere else that they're having like an issue with them, like killing too many birds. It's like it's a really big problem, and either way, they're actually trying to get them to like, it's like the wildlife management is trying to get that figured out. But there's a bush cat or bush whatever that's like about the size of a domestic cat that lives in the wild in Australia that hunts birds at nights and stuff like that. And they're the fucking cutest. And little Lord Stanley downstairs looks an awful lot like one of them. So he was almost called Bushy. We almost called him, like, I was almost thinking about a Christmas themed name, but couldn't figure out. Quokkas, though. Australian cats. Australian for cat. Quokka. Australian for cat. That's, again, double whammy. We're learning about new animals. We're learning about, I wish I knew how they pissed, but I don't. Hold on. We got tons of messages here. Okay. All right. We got some here. All right. Beautiful lateral drop. Getting messages. Oh man, I'm very popular today. There was another animal story that I wanted to get to before we got to our official word of the day today, and it was. This is something again. If you are a fan of the show, if you've ever seen GDP live before, or if you're just new to it, let it be known now that I'm not only interested in all animals, mainly whales. Mainly whales. That's my number one. Love them right now. Squid and octopus are actually my number one, but mainly anything in the water is fucking crazy. And it's really, I tried to turn this into a bit on stage, and I can't even collect my thoughts without getting too emotional about it. It's so fucking weird. I can't figure out exactly how to truly express the fact that I honestly feel like the fact that only like I believe it's only 2% of the deep ocean has been explored in on the world, like the entire universe, and we know more about space than we do about our own ocean. It's fucking crazy to me. And the fact that like like we're all like there was that new the news story recently from the Israeli space dude whatever it may be whatever the fuck the guy said about aliens really existing, and Trump knowing about it and all this other stuff. Like, not saying that that's all bullshit or whatever, like, but like we kind of already have aliens. Like they're like fish breathe water. Why is that boring to people now? Like if you look at a fucking jellyfish, like a man of war jelly, like any breed of jellyfish, none of that's cool to like an urchin, something like that. This is all fucking aliens. Basically, the aliens you see in movies a lot of times, especially one of my favorite blockbuster movies, Pacific Rim, most of those kaiju and things like that are based on sea creatures. And that's just the creator thing, but that's because we're like, well, yeah, what would an alien creature from another dimension look like? I don't know, like a fucking giant hammerhead shark, maybe, or a squid thing. I don't know. It's interesting. It's way cooler. Octopus and whales and their intelligence to me should be way more focused on than outward. I mean, obviously we have to look for threats. We have to make sure that nothing's happening there. We need Space Force, obviously. But other than that, let's get in, like, you just have to fall into the nobody has to blow up. All you have to do is just fall into the ocean. You're in the ocean, then you're in the water. It's interesting if it's shallow, it's interesting if it's deep. It's interesting all over. It's let's figure out more shit about it. Focus more energy on that. Whoever's working in space, turn your telescope down and look down. Let's look into the water, because breaking news: a new species of whale is discovered. This is from this was updated a day ago, and it was from 2 days ago from Damon Swisher. It looks like from thevast.net. That's where I got the story here. So, a new breed of whale, according to a recent press release by Sea Shepherd Conservation Society. I don't know. I'm gonna wait a minute. Sea Shepherd, aren't those the wacko? Oh, those are the wacko guys that like attack all the whaling boats and shit like that, right? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can trust this. Immediately on notice. I did not read this beforehand. According to a recent press release by Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, a new species of whale has been discovered off the western coast of Mexico near San Benito Islands, an island range located about 300 miles from the U.S. California border. The Sea Shepherd received some interesting underwater acoustic signals from San Benito Islands, acoustic signals that had never been recorded before. All species of whale have their own distinct set of sounds, and acoustic matching is frequently used to identify whale species. But what happens when you pick up a sound that no one has ever heard before? In Sea Shepherd's case, they decided to send a crew to check it out and find a source of sound. Find the source of sound. They never expected to discover a new species in the process. The sound of a new species is the next part. Hold on a second. Andrew Dice Clay. Hold on. What? New breed of whale. Speaking of which, how's your mother doing? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Andy. Andy's pounding off in the chat, IG Live. If you join in on at Baby Mermaid Productions, you can see this gold like this. This guy, we were talking about piss and poop related wrestling names, and this guy comes in with a nice sick burn, just like that, right off the cuff. I just waved to him too. He's got the glasses on and everything, fingerless gloves. If the sound was previously unidentified, by the way, if it's a sea shepherd and they're like, we found a new species, look at this. I'm almost like the monolith thing. I'm wondering if they're like, yeah, we did this thing on GarageBand and like, check it out. We just took a humpback and we fucking modulated it. They put a fucking orcas mixtape through auto tune, and now they're like, holy shit, what is this? This is a whole new whale. You can't kill any whales still. Like, they'll do anything to stop whales killing. And again, I want it to be known. I think if global warming is in fact 100% real, Andy's told me some things to the contrary. He's given me a lot of literature, but I think it's real. And if it is 100% real, then whales are definitely man's number one enemy. They are number one on the list. We are not number one anymore. I'm talking about all man, race or anything. It's going to be, if it's Waterworld, we're donezo. So I don't necessarily want to preserve every whale. You know what I mean? Like, especially with all of them in captivity and stuff like that, they're going to be real pissed when they get out. And they're going to tell their friends because they're super smart. And if there is a new breed and these guys have been off our radar the whole time, this might be a new threat. Who knows? I'm acting like every president in every alien movie when the aliens come. They're just like, they're probably a threat. We've never seen this before, but it's a threat. We should kill it. If the sound was previously unidentified, then why were the scientists so surprised to find a new species? Wouldn't it seem that the new sound and new species go hand in hand? Well, the group of researchers, which included, I don't give a shit, who cares? Now, Jay Barlow, Elizabeth Henderson, and Gustavo Cardenas, Hinojosa, a beaked whale expert. Oh, a beaked whale expert. Well, matched the sound to a likely candidate, the Perins beaked whale. In 2018, they received a prior set of unidentified acoustic signals from San Benito Islands, which the researchers expected to be from the Perins beaked whale. So, in their recent pursuit, this is what they expected to find. The Perins beaked whale is an extremely rare type of whale characterized by only 6 specimens, which many of which were observed in a stranding carcasses washed up on the shore, a species with an incredibly small amount of data and information, a problem that is unfortunately not uncommon when dealing with marine sciences. Because we're spending too much time in space. Exactly. These guys get it. Ian's also pounding off in the comments. Why don't you ever see dudes posing as posing as dead whales? Fuck deer. Anyone? Oh, posing with dead whales. Okay. Anyone can kill a deer. My whale paranoia just reached high anxiety levels. Right. So, okay. So if anything, yeah. I mean, deer just basically, I think the only, I don't know if there's anything personal. It seems like there's shit personal with whale hunters because of the intelligence level. Like deer just kind of like rub their fucking antlers against shit or ram antlers against shit. They fuck and they just run and fuck. Like that's all deer really do. They just run and fuck. So I think I don't feel like there's anything ever personal when people go hunting deer. I don't think you're necessarily the most skilled person in the world because you can smell piss, cover yourself in piss, and then walk and sit. Like there's not, you know what I mean? Like with automatic weapons, none of it's impressive anymore. So either way, if you are killing whales, there's something personal there. There is something there where you would expect everybody, all of them, to be Ahabs, essentially, like taking pictures with the whale, like posing with it, stuff like that, because you spear it, like you just stab it, and you just like I don't know, it's fucking crazy to me. they'll kill us all. Yeah, absolutely. I hit a deer once with my car. I hit a deer with my car once. I never hit a whale. Exactly. Because whales get out of the way. They know not to be on the road because they're smart. How many whales get hit by boats? Not often, I would assume. Maybe big boats, you know what I mean? Because they always have those big dumb scars on their back. But I think that's just because they know they can take it. I think whales are just really durable. Like they're gentle giants, sure. Now they're just waiting. They're just biding their time. They navigate the whole fucking earth, dude. That's terrifying. They know way more than us. Well-traveled animals, never a good sign. Especially if you're trying to outsmart them or live, essentially. Again, if it's Waterworld, we're done. It's done. So, when the research team arrived on site, they were pleasantly shocked and surprised to see what was there to greet them. 3 friendly, unidentified beaked whales. According to the scientists, the whales approached the ship up to 3 times, which made it easy for them to record data. Aside from the sightings, the beaked whales, the scientists were able to record acoustic data, take photographs and video, and collect genetic samples. See, this seems like a setup, guys. This is a setup. Classic setup. This is the beginning of so many movies, right? They're gonna like trick them because like the whales had a meeting somewhere. The whales had a meeting somewhere on the earth in their Legion of Doom, and they said, "Hey, now's the time to expose yourself." Because why the fuck would you never see a whale again? Only 2% of the deep ocean has been explored. We know this, but now we know this. But why would they choose this time to expose himself? There's something up. They're going to trick him into like triggering a big, like we need to speed this process up. You know, they're getting rotten. They're with this quarantine. They're fattening us up with this quarantine now. They're going to give us the vaccines, which turn us into delicious whale food. And the experts claim that experts no the experts claim to easily be able to confirm based on morphology and acoustics that the whales are a new species. However, to be perfectly clear, genetic testing on the samples will need to be conducted to classify and describe the new species. These samples were taken as eDNA, a new fancy they actually say fancy technique in which gallons of surrounding water is captured and filtered for bits of DNA, which can be then cross-checked against the DNA of known species, as Sea Shepherd is known for their care for whales and other marine mammals. This is the best method for them to use, as is posed to no risk to the specimen. So they don't want to like stab it with a needle or scrape some skin off of it or whatever, or hit it with the boat and just so they wanted to do that. And I appreciate that. That's cool. To hear again, this is from thevast.net. To hear it from the researchers, quote, we saw something new, something that was not expected in this area, something that doesn't match either visually or acoustically anything that is known to exist, end quote, said Dr. J. Barlow. Quote, it just sends chills up and down your spine when I think that we might have accomplished what most people would say is truly impossible, finding a large mammal that exists on this earth that is totally unknown to science, end quote. As a scientific name has not been yet been given, we should vote on it. The common name, got to pound off in the comments with names for this new whale. Piss related if you want. The common name is up to the general public. Oh, it is. Common names are given to species of fish, usually based on looks, and usually have nothing to do with the scientific name. The Vast supports the suggested name fortune whale because they may be a sign of good fortune riding the waves of the end of the notorious year 2020. They may truly be a whale of fortune. What do you think they should be named? Do you like the name Fortune Whale? Let us know on Twitter. No, you can just let me know. Do you like the name? I don't like the name. A Fortune Whale? Because it's a beaked whale. Toucan whale. How about that? Something like that. A beaked. What's a beaked thing? Eagle whale. Whale eagle. Like Willard. What was his name? Wario. Why can't I say it? Waluigi. Wrong one. They can find a whale in the vast ocean, but not Bigfoot, right? This is what I'm saying. Is we live on Earth, like we live on land, and that's where Bigfoot is. Like we don't live on the ocean, so they're just able to just plot and take their time. I'm not saying it's all Atlantis and Little Mermaid and stuff. Like they can all just talk to each other. I'm not saying Aquaman exists. I'm not crazy. I'm just saying these are really smart animals. The fact that giant squid, like this isn't a huge accomplishment, but the last one was the biggest one that I was excited about was when they discovered the giant squid. When they discovered a giant squid, that was amazing to me because you're finding essentially like a Bigfoot type thing. That was essentially a cryptid of the sea, the cryptid of the sea, the giant squid. You see all that thing where it's attacking boats from all the ancient stories and stuff like that. And then you see it's all whales and squid. And we know there's giant whales. We know there's giant squid now. So like this is cool, but it's also like it's another type. So once we figure out, I will be more amazed, I think, once we figure out how different it is. Because if it's just something like this kind of beaked whale, fuck this kind of whale, and now it's just a whole new kind of, you know what I mean? Like, but either way, they're on notice. I'm not going to call it whatever. I already forget the name that they gave it. But if it's a beaked whale, call it a squid whale. Ooh, that'll piss the squids off. That'll get that rivalry heated back up. They start fighting again, whales and squid, and then you dwindle the numbers. Because squid, as far as I know, squid have no problem with us. I did see a video recently of a squid, like kind of exploring, not attacking, but definitely fondling what's the paddleboard? One of those dorks on a paddleboard, or it's a surfboard. I don't know if he was just sitting on a surfboard, if it was a paddleboard. No, because he did have a paddle. So yeah, he's walking around and there's a squid. So like squid, they don't have any beef with us. That's fine. So I'm on Team Squid. I don't know about you, but pound off in the comments. I'm not giving it a cool name. Not too cool, unless we want to make it happy. Because what do whales think is cool? How do we impress the whale? How do we make them more on like think that we're on their side? We cannot outsmart the whale. That's not going to happen. You're never going to outsmart a whale. John knows it. He knows I'm really smart. But either way, Team Squid all the way. And with that, we will get into got a little bit of time. Yeah, we got some time. We'll get into the actual word of the day. And I believe if I'm not so crazy, I might not be crazy. I might be crazy. Everybody knows I'm crazy. Everybody knows that I got farts all day. I got burps. I got piss farts. I got everything you ever want. John's back. Gale the whale. Oh, yeah. Let's call it Gale the whale. Let's call it like Fudgy the whale or something. Let's fuck with it. But I do believe I may have some segment music, that is, for a little thing called Word of the Day. And I think I'm going to play it for you right about now, if I can. I don't think I can. Can I? Will this play? Yeah. Will you play? Yeah. Word of the Day. All right. Word of the day is not nearly. It looks pretty cool. I'll be honest with you. This could be an interesting one, but so far, all of the other words of the day have been pretty much duds. Not been super impressed by them. Not happy with it. But I like Quokka better anyway, even though I spelled it wrong. I think I pronounced it correctly, but the official word of the day, not the double whammy word of the day, official word of the day is now no. So just a recap of past words, the underwhelming words of the day of this week. Ratoon was Monday's. Ratoon, even though it sounds like a fun word, like raccoon or anything like that, it just means baby plants. It's like sprouts. Karen was kind enough to pound off about that one. She knew that word. She's always showing off of her word knowledge on the show. So thanks again for pounding off. I appreciate it, Karen. She also knew the word from Wednesday from our short show again because of Lord Stanley's arrival. Our day with Lord Stanley, Wednesday, was nocturne. That was Nocturne. And that was a short composition or a picture of night. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, it was they had two different definitions. And I don't really like that either, but it's always, these things are like, oh, it's a short opus. Or what was that? Opuscule. Remember that one? It was a tiny opus. It was just a short opus. So it's like somebody doing a shortened stream because they got a new cat. That was an opuscule on Wednesday. That was something that normally is huge and is wonderful and is the best thing ever, but it was just shortened. So either way, closing out the week, this one is a long one, and it's got some, what are those things? Syllables. It's got those syllables. So this one, today's word of the day is Personalia. One more time. That is Personalia. Now, while you think about that, I'm going to take a quick little pee-pee break because I'm a big boy, and I'm going to play a little song from the Buddha Boys days. This is a song that hopefully will play the entire time I'm gone, and I will be back before it's over. So please hold.
Now do some Creole over it. Bow, 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 bow.
Sweet
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh, babe, bow, bow, bow,
bow, bow, bow. That's a Zydeco band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We just did it.
the gumbo, your heart, the roof of my mouth. Oh, the roof of my mouth are peeling off.
Oh, Creole grandma gonna fill your belly up with the jambalaya. You gonna have some more shrimp in there? You gonna get a tongue.
Baby. All you do is go get a gumbo over there. I don't believe you can get an airboat, you get the gator.
Give me some of that drip double die.
Baby. Oh, get over here, give me some gumbo, baby. Baby. Oh, get over here, give me some gumbo, baby, 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 baby. You know, we'll batter it up, we'll fry it up with some roux. Baby, get that roux up in there. Oh, the roof of my mouth are peeling off, baby.
Oh, Creole grandma gonna empty your balls.
Creole grandma gonna empty them nuts. Baby, 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 baby. Gotta keep the dick empty in the belly full.
Dry as a bone, baby.
Gotta keep the dick empty in the belly full.
That felt good. You like that? You miss Creole Grandma? Hell yeah. That was a song, Dick Empty Belly Full, produced by yours truly here, from clips of past episodes of the Buddha Boys podcast from days past. I have that playlist pulled up so that I can catch my breath, but also go down and piss. And it worked. That was long enough. That's all I need. I just need a little bit of time so I can run down and piss. Dry as a bone. No problem whatsoever. Made it. Now I'm going to be able to close the show out. You had some time to think about that word of the day. This is perfect. I don't know, John, did you hear? You love Creole Grandma, obviously. It's syllables, right? Yeah, I have to clap. Casey really enjoys the fact that I clapped. That's the only way I know how to remember is syllables. Because it also kind of reminds me of like a cymbal crashing. You know, the monkey? That's honestly, if you want to know how Florida education worked, Florida public schools officially left me with the reason I know syllables or what they are is because syllables makes me think of symbols, which makes me think of clapping, which reminds me to clap to the syllables. So this one, Personalia would be Personalia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 syllables. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why I do it. Because it works every time. It works every fucking time. Personalia? Now, what is that? I don't fucking know. Does anybody know? I don't know if Karen's in the chat or not, but either way, does anybody know what personalia is? John, do you want to take a stab at the definition? I know you always love to do that. Florida, did you wrong? How do you read? Like, Florida did do me wrong. Personalia. Personalia. That's 5. There's 5 of them. EOAIA. Right? Bam. It doesn't. It's like I still count on my hands a lot of times. I have to like. There is. Again, the Florida GED probably translates closer to a 7th or 6.5 grade education. So I don't know. Does anybody know what personalia is? Or I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Let's see here. Make sure everything's okay. All right, let's see here. Personalia, I had it pulled up here. Okay, yeah, here it is.
Personalia.
They switch. Why did they switch from the lady? I like the lady. Either way, personalia. The web. No, you can't look it up. It's 4 symbol. There is. Oh, wait, what? The web says there is 4 syllables. Is that really how you spell syllables? If I knew that's how you spelled syllables, I don't think I would get it mixed up with symbols as much. Personalia, but it's Leah. Leah. Either way, I think you're wrong. I'm right. Florida's right. You're wrong. But I agree with you. Okay, thank you. John agrees with me. Pounding off in the comments. I appreciate it. Associate producer, so proud of you. Personalia. Personalia is what he's saying. It is North America. Woo! Which we found out also includes Mexico, right? Which we realized. I'm saying we, by it's really just me. Since technically I would like to also take any platform that I have with this show forward. Not only saying we're pro squid, anti whale, not anti whale, pro squid. If there is a side, we want to pick squid sides, or octopus as well, because we think they're smarter. Here at GDP Live is what I'm talking about, and also that since Mexico is part of North America, that we need to consider having the harpy eagle as our national bird, not the bald eagle, because come on, not that there's anything wrong with being bald or going bald, but if you have a choice, you can have the one with a bitchin' ass crown that's about the size of a human, that oftentimes gets mistaken for a human, that can eat fucking deer. An eagle that can eat deer? Yeah, I want that one. Let's switch it. We're happy that we didn't get a turkey, but let's switch to the harpy eagle. That's 2 platforms that I'll take. Third one, for sure, personalia has 5 syllables. Those are the 5. Those are the 3 big platforms. North America, mid 19th century. Personalia is personal allusions, belongings, writings, information. Examples of personalia in a sentence. Edgar Allan Poe house. The Edgar Allan Poe house contains many of his personalia. Personalia? What's the other word? Paraphernalia. What's paraphernalia? Why is that different? I guess it's because it belongs to a person. That's what the thing is. It's whatever. So like John's man cave is filled with his personalia, right? But memorabilia, because of memory. Oh, that's crazy. Is that how that works? Holy look at this. Officially on. I don't even need to take a drink, and I'm going to play a drink drop because
Adultification.
That's what this is about. That's what I just got out of this.
Adultification.
This one word made up for all of the week's words. Paraphernalia is a misdemeanor. Sorry. Those I wanted to read if you notice, just full transparency, I had to take a minute. I wanted to read that to myself so I could, because I knew that I got the joke before I could actually understand how to read the joke out loud. But paraphernalia is a misdemeanor. See, even if I go too fast, Casey pounding off in the comments. Fuck yeah, that was awesome. Personalia, also another example of personalia in a sentence. Robert had to make many treks back to his childhood home to collect his personalia. So it's personalia. So your personal memorabilia. My Florida is showing. Thanks, Casey. I appreciate that. So yeah, personalia. I like that one. Personalia. So the Caddick is filled with all of the personalia over the years. I got Todd Bertuzzi. I got my signed Deadpool comic. I got my Buddha Boy sticker. Got my Gata. Got my signed Steven Stamkos thing here. This is my personalia, right? No, because it's not my personal achievements, right? It would have to be like if I had a bunch of my trophies. So this is my personalia, my little silver medal. You can't see it there. Hold on. Where are you, Instagram? There you are. Can you see it? There we go. Is that my personalia? See, it's different. Obviously, it's different camera angles, guys. If you want to see from their POV, you can see it. But obviously, I don't know which angle my Florida is showing from, but I think it's IG Live here. But so it's any of his personalia. So that is, see, now this is of other things. It's memorable. So hold on. So what's the difference? Here we go. See, this is what it sparks. This is what it's supposed to spark. What's the difference between memorabilia? Nope. I'm so glad you guys can't see how I'm spelling this. And not paraphernalia. No. Personal. What is it? And personalia. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thanks. Memorabilia reminds you of an event and commemorates it, like concert tees or vacation postcards. Souvenirs are considered memorabilia because they can bring you nostalgia and may inspire emotion or sentimentality. So they don't. So all right. So you don't know. So it's. See, this is why I hate words. Ultimately, why I really have avoided trying to educate myself on a lot of new things, new words or phrases or nomenclature. Yeah, I know that one. Is because I want to be like, I want to get it. But that other one, mirific, where they're like, oh, it means terrific. Oh, so then just say terrific. Same amount of syllables. I know that. Mirific. Terrific. Same thing. So keep it. Why do you have to do that? Why do you do that? What is it? The word multiple words mean the same thing. Cut it out. Enough of that. It's hard enough. If let's say this, if we wanted to be a more welcoming country and a country that allows more people into its bosom and accepts it and tries to teach it its own language, say, hey, this is how we speak. This is the language we speak, English, but we call it American because at least I do because I'm dumb. But this is what we speak because really that's what you need to learn. American. What do we say here? Because it is different somehow than English because it's not better or worse, and I can't even say consistent because there is definitely new words that we add all the time. But if you have mirific and terrific and they're so close like that, that's got to be, I mean, I'm not saying they're teaching the word mirific in like English, education classes or anything like that. If there are any kind of translations for mirific into other languages necessarily, they might just go, it means terrific. So why even add it? Why even have it there to say, oh, it just means this other word? So just use that word. I don't know. Make it easier on us dumbs, because it's hard. It's hard out here for a dumb. It's real hard. So I got another story, but again, I wanted to say thanks again to Damien for making it possible for basically aligning the stars that were hopefully aligning as they were anyway. I'm sure I would have seen the post. I don't know if I would have seen the post, but because of Damien, we have a sweet little Lord Stanley in our downstairs quarantine, and I can't wait to go down there. I'm going to go down there and make some lunch in a little bit. I've fulfilled my what I feel good about getting a full show back in. I felt terrible about being late and having such a short show, but I do appreciate anybody that reached out and said, "Where the hell are you? What's going on?" It's because of you. I appreciate doing this even more than I would. I would do this if there was a million people in the stream or just one. Either way, it doesn't matter. But the fact that there's people watching on YouTube, people watching on Instagram Live, it fills my heart with joy. And the fact that you guys want to know where I am when I'm not here means the world to me. And it doesn't. You don't ever have to give me one red cent. That's all I need. Something like that. Your support, your kindness, pounding off in the comments, adding to the show, helping us out, and just overall, just appreciation. And I just want to give that out to Damien, to Casey, to John, to Ian, to everybody, Karen, obviously, her whole family for making it possible. Also for us hand delivering one of the sweetest little kitties I could ever. Alex as well. Fuck yeah, Alex. New to the show. I really do appreciate you being here and hanging out. This is a situation where this is a scenario where I tell you, and I want you to trust me. You've hung out this long. You've at least appreciated it up to this point. Trust me when I say, check out friends of mine, the podcast they do, the shows they do, whether it's, again, spoken of earlier, Damian Robinson, the DNR podcast with him and Ron. Ron's also a great friend of the show, keeping the comedy scene alive. We're going back into hiatus. We're going back into hibernation, baby, but it's okay because the GDP Live is here every Monday and Wednesday and Friday. You guys are welcome to be funny here. Come be funny with me. You're part of the show. I'm part of the show. We're all part of the show. DNR podcast, the Almost on Time podcast, Casey's podcast that she has with Heather. We also have Panties in the Mouth, Andy's podcast. Check out Andy's Twitch stream, twitch.com/Andy Malafarina. Also his YouTube page, Andy Malafarina. If you subscribe or you like anything on this page at all, check that out. There's a playlist that leads directly to one of his playlists over there. It's What About with Andy and Pat. That's our show that we do about every 2 weeks where we love to talk about music. Alex is there a lot of times, pounding off in the comments there. And it's great. Check that out. Falls Count Anywhere, obviously. Proper Ebonics. Boy in His Fridge. Check that out. That's Manny and Mike's podcast. A lot of those are audio podcasts. Check those out as well. If you see these guys performing live near you and you feel like going out, trust that all of those people, all of the people involved with all of those things are going to be worth your time. It's worth your time. It's worth your money. And if you don't believe me, check them out. Be the judge for yourself. So that way, when entertainment comes back, there's great entertainment waiting for you. So check them out. And in the meantime, while you're stuck in your house, while you're playing chess with your friends, while you're fucking around with your brand new cat, whether it be, listen to these shows, give them plays, give them likes, give them reviews. Let them know what you think of their art, because otherwise we're not going to grow. So I appreciate, wife George coming in at the end. What's up, babe? How's it going? I hope her day's going wonderful. I've been basically the entire time you've been gone, I've been away from the kitty cat too. So obviously I snuck a couple little snuggles in there, but I am jonesing and I know you are. So how's our baby boy doing? Great. I did. Now I was a little delayed. That's why it's 1:30 now, because I didn't get started till about after 11:30 roughly for today's stream, because not only was I having issues with Streamlabs, but while I was sitting here, I did hear some noises. Now I didn't know if it was a normal noise, the house noises or whatever. Every once in a while we hear a shift or a creak or a crack or a boom or a bang or a pow, something like that. And it could be also Clopoke, but she was sleeping right there. So I go, I wonder, because again, last night he did get a running start. He's got all his energy. He got a running start, ran across the living room halfway up the Christmas tree, which we took all of the antique glass ornaments off of that were inherited from Dom's grandparents. So that's silver lining for sure, because it was just cute. And it's an artificial tree. The kitty cat is a real life cutie pie. So I thought maybe and she brought up the fear. I was like, who, big deal. He knocks over the tree. Who cares? She said, yeah, but if he knocks it over in the TV and the TV knocks over and it fall, he could get hurt. So obviously we had to restructure the room a little bit. And I was making sure that nothing was knocked over. Nothing was knocked over. Pat and wife goals, #goals. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, Casey. Honestly, the human beings, two human beings couldn't be more perfect for each other than me and my wife. If there's anything, so that's why I always love when she's here. She's usually the co-host of GDP with me, but a lot of times she, unfortunately, is kept to pounding off in the comments or joining in through Instagram Live. And unfortunately, she isn't able to make it today because she is away. Because even if she was here, there's no way she'd be up here doing the show with me. She would be downstairs with that baby boy, because he's a snuggle monster. He is one of the cutest things alive, and he's such a loving little boy. So while you're snuggling with your family, your wife, your kitty cats, your dogs, whatever it may be, listen to all those podcasts. Check these things out. Watch Proper Ebonics. Listen to Proper Ebonics. Falls Count Anywhere. Boy in His Fridge. DNR podcast. And any of Andy Malafrina's stuff. Nate Marshall. Lemaire Lee. Great guy, pointing out fucking amazing stuff. He's been doing a ton of stuff on Twitch with his buds, regulators, dub chasing out there, and he's streaming all the time. So check all these guys out, support all these other podcasts, support all these other people, and I love you guys. Bye. See you guys. Bye.